Today, I'm putting myself to the test to find out if a plane can actually crash from turbulence. Let's see how bumpy this ride gets. Turbulence, it's something we've all experienced at some point during a flight. You're cruising along, and then suddenly, the plane drops or shakes violently. It can be really scary if you don't know what's going on. But how common is turbulence, really? It's actually pretty frequent. Pilots encounter it on a daily basis, and it's considered a normal part of flying. Many people fear turbulence because they think it can cause a plane to crash. I mean, who hasn't heard a horror story about a flight that hit bad turbulence and almost came down? But here's the thing, planes are designed to withstand a lot more than just a little bumpiness. The fear is understandable, though, when you're up in the air, it's natural to worry about what's happening beneath you. The truth is, turbulence is just air movement. It's like driving on a bumpy road, but in the air. There are different types of turbulence, like clear air turbulence, which can be hard to predict, or mountain wave turbulence, which happens when air flows over mountains. Pilots use special equipment and forecasts to try and avoid the worst of it. Despite the fears, planes have all sorts of safety measures in place to protect passengers and the aircraft itself. From reinforced seats to special turbulence forecasting tools, airlines do everything they can to make sure flights are safe. And it works. Turbulence might be uncomfortable, but it's not going to bring down a plane. Aviation experts and statistics all point to the same thing. Planes are built to withstand turbulence. In fact, the chances of a plane crashing from turbulence are virtually zero. According to experts, turbulence has never been the sole cause of a fatal accident on a commercial flight. So, what did we learn today? Turbulence is a natural part of flying, but planes are designed to handle it. With all the safety measures in place, flying remains one of the safest ways to travel. If you've had a wild turbulence experience, share it with me in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about staying safe on flights, check out my other video on flight safety tips. Thanks for joining me on this bumpy ride.